Imagine waking up to headlines that could directly impact your job security, your paycheck, and the overall health of the economy. Now that's the high-stakes drama unfolding in Federal Reserve decisions. In a bold call to action, Fed Governor Christopher Waller is urging a measured approach to lowering interest rates, aiming to bolster a labor market that's showing signs of strain. But here's where it gets controversial. Not everyone agrees on the pace. Let's dive into the details and unpack what this means for everyday folks like you and me, breaking it down step by step for clarity. Picture this. The Federal Reserve is like the economy's thermostat, tweaking interest rates to cool down inflation or heat up growth. When rates are cut, borrowing becomes cheaper for businesses and consumers alike, potentially spurring more hiring and spending to support jobs. However, with a labor market faltering, think rising unemployment or stagnant wages, the Fed faces a tricky balancing act. On October 16, 2025, at around 11:53 a.m. UTC and updated at 12:23 p.m. UTC, Governor Waller made his stance clear in an interview on Bloomberg Television. He advocated for steady, incremental reductions in interest rates, specifically in quarter percentage point increments, which is another way of saying 25 basis points, to carefully prop up that labor market without overdoing it. Why the caution? Waller explained it simply. You don't want to make a mistake, so the way to avoid that is to go cautiously or carefully and do 25. Wait and see what happens, and then you can get a better idea of what to do. In essence, he's suggesting a test-and-learn strategy. Make a small cut, observe the effects on employment, inflation, and economic indicators, and adjust accordingly. This approach helps prevent unintended consequences, like reigniting inflation if the cuts are too aggressive. For beginners in economics, think of it as dipping your toes into a pool before jumping in. It's safer and allows for corrections based on real-world feedback. And this is the part most people miss. Waller's measured pace stands in sharp contrast to voices like Stephen Miran, who continues to push for bigger, bolder rate reductions. Miran argues that the labor market's troubles demand more immediate and substantial action, potentially slashing rates by more than 25 basis points at a time. This disagreement highlights a classic debate in monetary policy. Do you err on the side of caution to avoid mistakes, or take decisive leaps when times are tough? It's a point that could spark heated discussions. What if Waller's prudence leads to prolonged job struggles while Miran's larger cuts risk economic overheating? As we wrap this up, ponder this. In a world where economic policies shape our daily lives, is a cautious 25 basis point dance the way to go? Or does the labor market need a more dramatic intervention? Do you side with Waller or lean toward Miran's call for bigger moves? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this could be the tipping point for recovery, or is there a hidden risk we're all overlooking? Let's keep the conversation going.